Okay guys, if this story is true and the Biden administration sticks to it, then Boris the commie tosspot Johnson has just been made to look like a right prize-winning prat. I mean more so than he already does. Obviously I say if because Beijing Biden is involved, meaning flip-flopping like a wet fish is always possible, as we have seen with Boris himself. In fact, I trust them both about as far as you could stretch your own foreskin, so I will leave you to work out how little you think that is. Now, I am saying this obviously in relation to the vaccine passport debate that is going on, and apparently the American federal government are not going to pursue now and won't do in the future. And if I'm honest with you, this actually has some credibility in my mind, because with each passing day, more states across the pond come out against vaccine passports. Literally with Texas and Florida outright banning them with executive orders or in the process of doing it. On top of that, we now have at least Georgia opposing them also, making it impossible for the federal government to implement anyway, and I'm pretty sure the American people would tell them to stick it up their arse from day dot anyway. But hopefully this should make Boris and his paymasters here think twice about what they are actually doing. Of course, they could just ignore it and carry on, which at this point is probably more than likely. But the fact that America won't implement it, even with a higher reported death toll than ours, should make a great argument in court against them being put in place if Boris the commie bastard Johnson actually tries to push ahead. But obviously, this is not going to be good news for those who stood to make billions from this data collection idea over there and indeed hopefully here. Unfortunately for us, Boris Johnson has already sent a Chinese-American businessman billions of pounds to provide the 2 tests a week bullshit that Matt Hancock is now pushing, looking for more cases. So that is £2.9 billion of taxpayer money straight out of the country, when surely a British company could have done with that money if the government is so desperate to waste it on something it doesn't need. I really have to say at this point it ain't looking good on the optics for Boris Johnson, but I don't think he even notices. Actually, I still think he sits there thinking that the country loves him, which is a fucking hoot, let me tell you that. The same could be said for the conservatives blindly walking into the same levels of public opinion Labour found themselves in a few years ago, obviously with their anti-British woke bullshit that we all call out so often. At this point with Boris, I'm sure most who liked him a lot think he's a weak prick, while those who didn't like him now hate him with a passion, and for real reasons this time. But you know what, enough about Wurzel Gummidge and brain farting Beijing Biden. I will end this video there and await more news on what the snivelling shitweasels this side of the pond actually plan to do. But before I go, remember to check out the channel's other social media links that are down below. Hit the like button, share and subscribe if you have not already, and I'll catch you all in the next one.